Lovelies. This is Chrissy cooking at home. I would be Chrissy. I hope that's not too shocking. I know I just did a life update a couple of days ago. It is now the 16th. I did one on the 14th on the anniversary of Georgie's passing, and I was a little manic and all over the place and really didn't talk much about Georgie. I talked more about him in my intro to the channel video a year ago, and I've sporadically talked about him here and there in some videos. So what do we do in a life update video? Dishes. I have dishes to do. I ended up feeling awful by around 1 p.m. yesterday. The last 6 weeks I have been cooking, baking, canning nonstop as I became more manic and anxious, and anxiety meds weren't helping, antidepressants weren't helping, mood stabilizers weren't helping. I just bouncing all over. And it really started when Nellie turned 9 weeks old, because when she turned 9 weeks old, that's the age Georgie was when he was shaken. That's when it started. And then on the 14th of this month, 2 days ago, was the anniversary of his passing from his shaken baby syndrome injuries. And he survived those injuries initially, barely. And he outlived every doctor's expectation. He lived to be almost 16 years old. He spent the last 5.5 years of his life bedbound in our living room, and his medications kept increasing, and his equipment, machines that he needed to survive kept increasing. And then in March of 2018, he caught the flu yet again, influenza B even. And it did a number on him. We spent 4.5 weeks in the hospital. He developed pneumonia from it and spent most of that time in the ICU. His liver shut down, his kidneys shut down. As he started to improve, though, he got what they refer to as hospital-acquired pneumonia. And he just continued to deteriorate. But he did improve enough to where he was moved to the regular floor for a few days before they released him home on more machines and more medications. And after a couple of months of this, we decided to do hospice. That was hard, but it was the right thing to do. I always knew he was not going to be here forever after he was shaken. I always knew I was going to outlive him. I came to terms with that when he was 3 years old. It took me a few years there, but I got there. I called the doctor on a Monday to start hospice. They came out and assessed him on Wednesday and admitted him into the home hospice program. He passed away on Saturday. It was that fast. They didn't know he was going to pass away that fast. He was doing really well. Not well enough that he didn't qualify, but he was doing really well. They thought it would be a couple of months. It was not a couple of months. So the 14th is coming past, and it's come and gone, and the last 6 weeks has caught up with me physically. I hurt from head to toe. Everything is stiff. Joints are swollen. Muscle spasms are happening. Leg drops are happening more frequently. I have not fallen yet. I can feel it, my legs going numb. I can feel it creeping up from my toes. The numbness getting worse. It's up to my knees. Standing is a little scary. I felt it yesterday when I was, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, Friday, when I was making that huge cake that I was talking about, the Russian honey cake. You'll see that video in a few weeks. I can feel my knees buckling, but I still had that manic energy. So, made the cake. It's beautiful. And yesterday I made cheeseburger stuffed buns. I've been making those forever. Those are both going up to my girlfriend's house today with us to hang out with them and with her and her family and us. Taking all my other baked goods I did this week for my baking marathon. Now I'm just sad. I don't have manic energy. I have no energy, but I just want to sit and veg out and sit with my crocheting. I couldn't do my crocheting while I was manic. I tried when I ran out of things to cook and bake, or it was getting late in the evening and I knew I should start a project. I should just try to relax before bedtime. Bedtime for me is when narcolepsy med wears off. And I kept messing up my stitch counts. I have a few crocheting projects going, several things on the hook. Nellie's toddler blanket I'm making. I get bored with blankets. I like to be challenged. Blankets, once I start them, get about a third of the way in or so, I get bored because I've mastered the stitch and the pattern. But I couldn't keep up my stitch counts. I kept messing them up. Listening for Miss Nellie. Everybody's asleep. And you know, you've watched any of the previous videos since she's been born. She fusses in her sleep. Getting better at telling when she's asleep versus awake, but she still fools me a lot. She's a dreamer. She's so close to that full belly laugh. She giggles so cute, you know, like babies do. So she keeps me smiling and laughing. The other hook project on the hook I have going is a dress for her for this fall. And then the other project I have on the hook is some diaper insert liners from wool yarn to kind of help with absorbency. She's a heavy wetter. And we do cloth diapers. And I can buy disposable inserts to help expand that and prevent leaks, but I mean, I'm trying to avoid the disposable thing. So I have a decent amount of wool yarn. The other kind of yarn I was trying to do is not quite doing what I wanted to do. Not quite behaving the way I wanted it to, so I did some research before the mania set in, and pardon me. There. I think I got a good idea. I just need to finish the first prototype and see how that goes. We got the pocket kind of cloth reusable diapers. So I'll put it in with one of the, either the bamboo inserts or the microfiber inserts. Probably the microfiber. They leak the most. And I've done everything you're supposed to do. And they don't bead up. You know, when you put water on them, they don't bead. they immediately soak in the water. So what else? Sad. Georgie's 21st birthday will be here before we know it. If I start to get manic again, I do have a baking project lined up. I'm going to make cannoli shells. Fight with the cannoli tubes. Nipples. So I gotta get these bottles washed. I gotta get them rinsed. I gotta get them sanitized. And then I gotta make sure her diaper bag is fully packed because we'll be up at my girlfriend's house for a few hours, and she lives about 20-25 minutes away. It's not like it's across town. That's not the way this area is set up. It's a pretty good area. We live in the same county, at least. Different towns. We have to take, I mean, we don't have to, but the smart thing is to take the highway to get to her place. And I don't want us to have to waste the gas to drive all the way home if she needs something, and then all the way back there, because if she needs something, I would rather just pack up and come home and stay home. But I don't want to have to leave too early, because I really love hanging out with my friends and their kids, and Logan does too. And I know Miss Nellie loves her Aunt Maggie to pieces. She gets so excited. I told her yesterday that she was going to go see her Aunt Maggie today. She just smiled and giggled, and she got excited. She got her little hands together, and she was so cute. I got my camera out, and she stopped doing it as soon as I hit record. Darn it. Timing, man, timing. I don't know if I'll swim today, though. They have an in-ground pool. I may or may not get in the pool. I didn't last time we were there. Just hung out. It was their daughter just adores Nellie. She loves babies. She has one of those reborn dolls that are lifelike. They're creepy. She has one of those. She just adores babies. She's Logan's age. She's 12. She'll be 13 in a few months. It was nice when we were there last time to have like kind of a babysitter. It was really hot, and Nellie's temperature sensitive right now because she's little, so she doesn't like to be cold or hot. So their daughter took my daughter inside their home, and we hung out on their screened-in porch because the boys were in the pool. So the grown-ups were on the porch chit-chatting and snacking on pizza and wings and cookies. Did I bring cookies? What did I bring? Lemon bars. That's what I did. I just made lemon bars. And it was kind of like having a babysitter, but still being close to her because it was right at the 9-week age mark, the day after she turned 9 weeks. So it was nice. It was a babysitter, yet really, I was right there if I needed to be. I just love hanging out with him, but I am nervous about this cake because my girlfriend, she's quite the baking enthusiast, and she's really talented. It's not her profession at all, not even close. She's a professor at a college in the next county over. A pretty well-known college. Let me show you the cake. Okay. This is the 8-layer Russian honey cake. See it? Not leaning or anything, and I think this is the only 8-layer cake I've ever done without rods. And I really don't remember the last time I did an 8-layer cake. It's gotta be, or not 8-layer, but any layer cake. It's gotta be like 17 years or so. I'm so proud of it. Let me put it on the counter. I'm gonna wipe off the counter. I'm getting cake crumbs all over. It looks like something bumped into it on the fridge. Still not leaning yet. Come here, people. What do you think? Thing of beauty? Not leaning yet. So keep your eye out for the 8-layer cake video coming out in a few weeks. You can see something bumped it in the fridge. I did tell Logan and Sweetheart, don't put anything next to this cake. Somebody did not listen. But I digress. Sweetheart was home from work that day, Friday. Drinking baby bottle. So he took care of the bossy cat. He wanted in and out that day. And then he took care of Nellie's needs, so I could just focus on the cake. And so it still took me from start to finish, non-stop moving, 4 hours to do. I didn't think it would take that long on reviewing the directions again. I was hoping it would take me all day. But I took like 128 times 30 minutes of video and footage of me doing this recipe. Not mine, of course. I do share that in my video. And I got it at the moment condensed down to, what is the word? Still editing. But it's not finished yet because we haven't cut into it. We're cutting into it today at my girlfriend Maggie's house. I'm very nervous because I don't know if the layers are even. I don't know if we're even going to like this. Is it going to be too sweet? Are we going to like this frosting filling thing? I don't know. It's unique, it's different, it sounded intriguing, and now I'm doubting it because that's what I do. I overthink and doubt, and you know, it's not my recipe, so it's not like I should be nervous over it. Why should I be nervous over it? It's not my recipe. Somebody else's recipe, and I followed it. Trying something new. I think because I've never done it before and taking it to somebody else's home. I don't know. It's not like I have anybody to really, I'm not selling it. Taking it to a friend's house for us to enjoy together. He decided to put into it. Last night before I went to bed, I messaged her and I'm like, I'm so excited to cut into this cake with you. I can't wait to see if my layers are even. I'm excited to see if we even like this thing. And she said, I'm so excited too. And then I woke up this morning feeling dread. I'm like, I don't want to. What if it sucks? What if the layers are not even? What if I did a horrible job layering? I don't think I did. I think I did an even layering job because I did the editing yesterday. I watched me building the layers and of course, and just doubting myself. Anyway, I hurt. Joints hurt, muscles hurt. I have a headache that's not going away. And I am 5 days before I can take my migraine prevention shot that I take monthly. I have a couple appointments coming up this week. I am 40, so I got my mammogram on Monday. I see Doogie on Thursday. I'm not excited about that. He's such an inexperienced kid, and I don't feel like I'm getting the best care out of him. I miss my old doctor. I mean, I know doctors deserve retirement. They really do. it's really hard to find one that you click with, that you feel will work best with you, for you. And I really want to switch to somebody else, and I can't seem to get through to get the one that I want. Maybe someday. I'll see Doogie. I am going to talk to him about switching some of my meds around again, because he keeps freaking with my meds. Got to do something. And my therapist agrees. She thinks my meds need to be switched around, especially since it's July. Just got to get past July, but I don't want to still be a manic mess in August. And I could be. I don't know. This could permanently mess with the chemistry in my brain, so the chemical makeup. I don't know. And then it's almost time to do another MRI to check the intracranial hypertension, the amount of cerebral fluid on my brain, and see if there's any new lesions. Always something. And I think Nellie's going to keep me on my toes. She's going to keep me young. I'm going to keep on keeping on with Mr. Logan too, Miss Nellie, and they're going to keep me going. And Sweetheart too. Keep going for my little family. When I feel like I want to just curl up into a ball under a blanket and not move, they keep me going. I haven't done that since the week he passed away, so that's pretty good. Now, I have crumpled onto the floor sobbing around this time of year since he's passed. And Sweetheart holds me and rocks me, and then I get up off the floor and get back to life. Because life does go on. As much as you want the world to stop, it does not. Sorry. I shouldn't apologize, but I apologize because every time I tear up, it makes my nose run. And you don't need to see that. So, I will sign off now. I've been rambling for 20 minutes or so. But I can definitely feel a physical relapse of my F&D coming from overdoing it. I had all that manic anxiety energy that kept me moving. At the end of every day, there would be pain, but my meds would wash it away. And I would wake up in pain, and my meds would wash it away. And now the meds are not washing it away. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish what little dishes are here, if I'm going to have to do it in rounds again. But at least I got the baby bottles washed, and now I can sanitize them. And that's what's most important. Everything else I can do in rounds today. Right? Right. Okay. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming if you're new. If you're new, watch some other life updates. Kind of get a feel for what the heck I'm talking about. And until next time. Bye, lovelies. If the remote will work. Maybe it needs batteries. It keeps doing this to me. I don't want to touch my phone with my rubber glovies on. I guess I'm going to have to. Okay, here we go.